Hey, everybody, welcome to Matt Men, your source for all things professional wrestling. I'm Andrew Zarin. I'm joined by the original Yu-Gi-Oh character, Rich Stambolian.
Funny thing, Yu-Gi-Oh was based on my childhood.
Yeah, people don't know that.
Also, Ash Ketchum.
Oh, yeah?
I was a real Ash Ketchum when I was a kid.
What would you catch?
The Pokemons.
They're
real.
They're real. I know they are.
Dude. They're real. They're real. But they get, you know what they don't tell you on the cartoon?
What?
They get real old and just turn into like miserable middle-aged Pokemon.
That is monstrous.
They work on the docks.
Yeah.
They hate their lives. They have a revolver in their desk.
Give me a good Pokemon.
Charizard.
Charizard wins retirement.
Charizard, you're late to work again.
You're getting docked.
The only one that's having a good time is Squirtle.
Yeah, because he doesn't know better. He doesn't know better. Guys, this show's all about professional wrestling. Happy Halloween. It's the day after Halloween. It's All Saints Day. It's also Diwali. Happy Diwali.
Yeah.
I went out trick-or-treating yesterday with the kids.
Yeah, anything good?
Yo, it's whack. Everybody gives the same candy out. So many dum-dums.
Dum-Dums and Reese's, right?
That's it. That's all people give out in like random bullshit candy.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Can I say something that I just realized?
Controversial, I'm assuming.
I blew my own mind right now. I have never seen you eat a piece of candy.
I don't eat candy.
I've never seen you eat a piece of candy.
That's
Reese's,
fascinating.
Skittles, nothing. I've never seen you eat a piece of candy. You're not a candy guy.
I am not a candy guy, but I'm a chocolate guy.
But like cake and pastries, not like you're not getting a Twix.
No, I don't care for a Twix. I love a Kit Kat. I'll have a Kit Kat.
Okay. You're not getting a Snickers.
I have a conspiracy theory.
Please tell me.
Okay. I truly believe they changed the makeup of all these freaking candies. I'm big on not having soy oil, okay? Or seed oils. I don't like seed oils at all.
Mm-hmm.
And they replaced everything. It tastes like plastic. All of it.
You know why I also think that is? Because you're an adult that's concerned about his health, and then when you eat one of those candies, it tastes like
but I have
it tastes like sewer.
I'll
No
have the
offense to
like the good version, like the premium version of a Reese's, right? There is a premium version of a Reese's, and it doesn't have any of that bullshit and it tastes fantastic.
You know what you'd like? Tony's Chocolonely.
Tony's Chocolonely.
Oh, dude, they're all natural.
Oh, nice,
amazing. They're gigantic too. They're big. It's like a Willy Wonka bar. They're huge. I'll bring some for if next time I see him. I'll bring some for you and the kids and Jess.
We have
you'll flip the.
Did you have the pistachio spread?
Pistachio spread.
Yeah, it's like a Nutella, but it's pistachio.
Like halva.
It's almost it's like a halva spread.
Yes. Yeah.
It is remarkable.
It's really good.
Yeah. Remarkable, guys. This show's all about professional wrestling. A lot of wrestling characters out. Trick or treating. I saw a bunch of Hulk Hogan's, little babies as Hulk Hogan's.
Oh yeah.
I saw a couple Kevin Owenses,
like RNC Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. Like a lot of RNC Hulk Hogan's, especially in this neighborhood.
It's all right, guys. Terry Bollea was at the DNC.
Listen, Terry Bollea was at the DNC. Hulk Hogan was at the RNC. All right, let's not get it confused.
I do love that joke. It makes my wife laugh every time I say it.
We've done that joke for 5 million times.
Oh yeah, it's the best.
It was we did a Halloween family outfit.
Very cool.
Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
We did that. Idiot Coco came.
What was he?
Jason.
Yeah.
He didn't go. He loves Jason.
I know he loves Jason. He didn't go on the Beetlejuice theme.
He wasn't told to.
He could have been Odo.
He should have been the Pinhead.
Oh, I was thinking of the art critic.
Oh my god, that would have been so good.
That would have been perfect.
Yeah, that would have been perfect. It was the kids freaking love it, but the candy sucks, dude. Yeah. Everything is like, there's no premium candies.
Did the kids love the candy?
The kids went through all of it. I still have a bucket here somewhere. Oh, yeah. I took the bucket away from them, but it's like, nope, people aren't doing trick-or-treating anymore.
Yeah.
Like, it's all like you go down a busy street and you go into businesses and then you leave. That's it.
I've lived in that apartment for a million years. I've only ever gotten to one trick-or-treater.
Wild, right?
Yeah.
Wild.
Like, just nobody comes, because it's like we're on like a major road, so nobody trick-or-treats in that area.
Same here.
My brother lives in upstate, right?
Yeah.
He does amazing Halloween. Like, trick-or-treaters all day. Trick-or-treaters all night.
Do you ever get tired of answering the door?
He said he was mobbed yesterday. But they do it up. They do all the decorations.
They do. Okay. They enjoy it.
They're outside with the candy.
Okay.
So, and yesterday was nice weather. So like they were outside all day with the candy and my niece and everything. So it was cool.
Let's go into some wrestling. Also, some notes. I didn't post the reason why we didn't do a show last week.
Yes.
My father-in-law passed away.
Yeah, sorry to hear that.
And we had the funeral on Thursday and Friday, so we didn't do a show, and I didn't feel like doing one on Sunday.
Listen, valid excuse, valid reason.
Very valid excuse and valid reason.
It's all right.
I have a funny story to tell when we do a loose show.
Yeah. Couple of drinkskis?
Couple of drinkskis. Yeah. I have a really funny...
I missed that.
Funny story to tell here. Let's go into some news.
All right. WWE announces a WWE ID program for indie wrestlers. This is a counterpart to the NIL program. Under the program, WWE will provide prominent independent wrestling schools with the WWE ID official designation. This is like an Avengers ID card with the goal of providing new trainees and existing talent at these select institutions with enhanced developmental opportunities. Don't lose that card. Booker T's Reality of Wrestling in Houston, Cody Rhodes' Nightmare Factory in Atlanta, Seth Rollins' Black and Brave Academy in Davenport, Iowa, Elite Pro Wrestling Training Center in Concord, New Hampshire, and Knox Pro Academy in LA are the first WWE ID independent wrestling schools to earn the official designation. I would think that Create a Pro would have been on this list.
I'm sure they're going to add more. Yeah. These are places that have already. These are, I guess, training facilities that have already been working with them.
That's cool.
Knox Pro, I think, is Rikishi's place.
Rikishi. Yep.
The one in Davenport. I'm sorry, not Davenport, Iowa. Obviously, Seth Rollins. Yeah. Elite Pro Wrestling in Concord, New Hampshire, is the training facility for the guy that came up with Triple H.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kofi Kingston came out of there.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, and then obviously Booker T and Cody's place. Listen, I saw a lot of discourse online over this, and people saying like, "Oh, it's the death of the indies. Here comes WWE. They're gonna destroy the indies, just like how they killed the UK wrestling scene." You know, I gotta tell you, the UK wrestling scene somewhat imploded on its own.
I think it killed itself. You know,
they were working with Progress and ICW, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was ICW. Yeah, Progress and ICW. You know, it gave opportunities to a lot of guys, but also the pandemic didn't help. The UK wrestling scene falling apart didn't help.
Yeah.
I don't think this is a apples to apples comparison. No. This is a apples to computers.
Yeah, because there was there was a lot of gnarly stuff going on in that UK scene, and I think WWE saw the writing on the wall.
Can I hear you for a second?
Yeah. What's up? You want me to sing?
Just pull it up a little bit.
Pull it up like this?
You're losing your bass a little.
Like that?
Yeah, there you go.
Like this? Start talking.
Robin.
Start talking like this.
I think this is a great opportunity for talent. They're going to give them a couple bucks for this. Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
They're going to be able to, upgrade their gear and their overall appearances. I just can't wait till someone shows up and they're like, "Oh no, I can't do the job," and they pull up the ID card.
Hysterical.
You
think it's going to go to people's heads? Would that go to your head?
I think that's going to become a gimmick on the indies.
It's just like, hey.
I think that'll be a great gimmick. It'll be like the CM Punk thing, remember? When he was signing with WWE, and he's like, "I can't job. I'm so sorry,"
Hysterical. It's funny because people for years have always said like the indies will be destroyed. I've never agreed with that. The only time I feel like the indies were really gutted was when AEW signed everybody on the indies.
I would say the indies were gutted, right then, and then the pandemic killed it.
Yeah.
But we don't really, it's funny, right? Like, what's the top indie promotion?
GCW?
Is GCW an indie? I guess so.
Yeah, I would consider it an indie.
They don't have a weekly TV. GCW is an indie. Evolve is gone.
Right.
That was WWE, Yeah,
I guess GCW would be like...
you have a bunch on the West Coast. Mm-hmm. You have a lot of indies on the West Coast.
Does Tommy Dreamers count?
Is he still doing it? Is House of Heart?
I don't think he's doing that anymore.
No.
But Hog, House of Glory, they're an indie. But,
that's what I was thinking.
These people will still exist. I don't see this as a negative. I think this is a... Create a Pro is a feeder for AEW, says
interesting.
Ricky in our chat room. I don't see this as much of a negative. And I also... Listen, I'm all about the worker, right? I'm all about workers' rights. I want them to do great. I want them to prosper.
Absolutely.
I want them... somebody wrote, he goes, "Oh, great, this is going to drive prices up for indie talent now."
Okay.
And I said, "Great.
Yeah.
Fantastic." You know how many guys I know that wrestle for free for years?
Exactly.
And they wrestle for $25 for years.
Yeah.
Guys on AEW television. Mm-hmm. Max started off on Long Island not making any money. I remember a show that I called that he was on, in Deer Park. he probably made $25, maybe $50.
You were like, hey, bro, how much money you making?
I should have asked all of them that. That would have gone over really well.
How much money you guys making?
Let me see how much money. But this guy went out there. He had a banger of a match.
Yeah.
That was another Bret Hart moment for me. I recognize that fucking guy was so good.
You turn into that wise 9-year-old again.
I just shrink and I become and I'm like, this guy's fucking great.
Yeah.
Right? And then you imagine he's doing his craft, he's doing his art for $20.
Mm-hmm.
If this helps them make $150 a show, why not?
Yeah, exactly. Wrestlers should get paid and taken care of.
Yeah, isn't that crazy that we have to say that?
See any complaint about that?
I don't know. Listen, it could go. My theory on this could be totally wrong. It could destroy the indies, but there's a bigger story here, and that story is that they're somewhat realizing that the cookie cutter factory that they created is not necessarily working the way that they want it to work.
Right.
We have discussed this for years on the show.
Yeah.
Okay? For years. We have had the conversation of give me 5 top tier talent, top of the line, world champion level that NXT has created.
Right.
Nobody could answer that question.
It's
because
fascinating.
It never happened.
It's fascinating because
the system doesn't make stars like in that level.
I think that last FCW class, man.
That was it, really.
Yeah.
That FCW class was great because if you look at TV now, and some of it is timing, obviously there's going to be an exception here because eventually some of those guys are going to come to the roster and they're going to become big stars. You can see that Braun Breaker most likely will be the first one out of there, but he's also a Steiner.
Let's amend what you said real quick.
Yeah.
Let's edit what you said.
Go.
Talent who has not already
been
established on the indies.
Yeah.
For example, like you can't say Kevin Owens because
you can't. No.
He had such a fan following coming into NXT.
Exactly.
Or Sami Zayn. But yeah, like a Braun Breaker is a great example. He's in that facility. He's being trained. He's being primed for a main event spot.
Now, when I say this, there's an asterisk.
Okay.
And that is male talent.
Right.
They have figured it out with female talent.
Absolutely.
And that is so crazy to talk about that. We are not that long separated from people begging for real, solid women's wrestling on the main roster.
Yeah.
12 years? 10 years?
My first thought is that Charlotte Paige match.
Charlotte Paige
in NXT, I think the producers were like, "Oh, we got something here."
Well, they kind of figured it out. And it really had to do with the fact that they had a tremendous class, and they still are producing great female talent.
Absolutely,
they know how to do it now. But for male talent, it's not there. And there's no knock. I'm not talking about guys that could work and that could put on good matches. We see that on like Obafemi, fantastic.
Oh my god, yeah,
fantastic. The current NXT roster is doing well because they're all developmental for the most part. They're unknowns. So when they come to the main roster, maybe we'll see something. But a decade of this, and who have you created?
Right. On the men's side. Great, great. One of my favorite examples on the women's roster.
What?
Rhea Ripley.
Dude, she's. But you know what? She came with something.
Yeah.
Rhea came with something. Tony came with something. Paige had a background in wrestling. Even Mercedes had a background. She was wrestling.
Yeah.
Wasn't very well known because the female wrestling scene was not booming at that point.
Chaotic wrestling, right?
Yeah.
She came out of Chaotic. Bailey also, she had a back. She was recognized as a good talent on the indies, but I find it's very interesting, the numbers of who they've created and who they haven't. Do
you think they dropped the ball with Toni Storm?
I think they dropped the ball with Toni Storm because they waited too long on Toni.
Okay.
I think that original gimmick would have gone over so well on the main roster, and they just waited. And I think it was too similar to Bailey.
Do you think they dropped the ball at Ruby Riott?
I don't. Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, I think she was solid. I sometimes when you don't take that initial jump,
got to pull that trigger.
You got to pull that. Charlotte, she was a WWE creation. top to bottom.
You know what? I feel like that's a tough call. Yes, top to bottom.
Because she's a Flair.
But she's got that natural Flair ability, right? She's the one who got it.
Yeah. Roman did not come out of NXT. Everybody thinks Roman Reigns. No, FCW.
He was an FCW guy, yeah.
He's an FCW guy. So give me a talent.
Mm-hmm.
You know who came out of NXT? Actually, no. Who came out of NXT and became a world champion?
Who?
Braun Strowman.
That's right. Yeah.
Braun Strowman did that Florida loop.
Yeah. He wasn't at the end. No, he wasn't at the end of FCW, right?
Maybe I'm
no,
wrong.
he
Maybe
was after.
He was after FCW.
He was one of the party guys, right? For Adam Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Adam Rose, fascinating.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Listen, two excellent characters. Leo Kruger.
Leo Kruger was fantastic.
Love Leo Kruger. I can't believe they didn't put that on TV. It was on NXT.
Yeah.
But they didn't put it on the main roster. And you know what? I liked Adam Rose.
I did too. I was into it. Rhea Ripley has suffered a fractured orbital bone last week. They ran an angle on NXT where Liv Morgan and Raquel attacked her in the dreaded NXT parking lot where all the terrible things happen. They need some security there.
Yeah.
Where the hell's the security there?
That's one of the best running bits for years.
That's You know what I always think of when I think of that parking lot? I think of the Full Sail parking lot when Bo Dallas was thrown out of the building.
Oh my God! Yeah.
I don't know why. That tickled me. I thought that was good business. Liv Morgan has signed a 5-year WWE deal. Good for her.
Yeah.
Fantastic. You know what, Liv? I love her fucking story.
She's another one. Yeah.
She is another one.
Yeah.
Jersey girl, worked in Hooters, ran into the right people, put in the work, right? It took a while.
Yeah.
Not anything to do with her, but it took a while. But you and I, we saw her that first time we saw her live.
Yeah.
We fucking popped. We she has it.
Yeah.
She has it. And look at her now, right? Finally, you get comfortable.
Yeah.
You get put in a spot that you're like, I got this. Just blow it up. Fantastic. 5-year extension. Fantastic.
Ooh, I got a great example of guys on the men's NXT roster.
Give me.
WWE didn't fully pull the trigger with FTR.
They were, technically they are an NXT creation.
Right, because they were, I don't think they were a tag team before that, right?
They were not a tag team before that, yeah.
And again, where I think WWE dropped the ball on that, I also think WWE dropped the ball with Tyler Breeze.
You know what? I 100% agree with you, because Tyler Breeze was very over, and they brought him to the roster a little too late.
Didn't know what to do with him.
Didn't know what to do with him.
Because that NXT entrance and his match quality, fantastic. This guy wrestled Liger. To get Liger into the WWE Hall of Fame, and then all of a sudden he's on SmackDown, and it's just like...
We saw that match, didn't we? It was in Brooklyn.
Did we see that match?
I was there.
I don't remember.
I think I was there for that.
I don't know. I may have been on another
planet. I
think
I took Deacon for that.
That was... Yeah, that was the first
15,
big 15, I believe.
15?
It was 15.
Yeah.
Yep.
Liv Morgan signed a deal, announced it on the Logan Paul podcast. Morgan mentioned that she recently signed a deal. When asked about her plans moving forward, she says she intends to stay with WWE for as long as the company has her.
Yeah.
WWE also announced that they're returning to Madison Square Garden, Mecca.
Oh, they're doing the Christmas show.
On Thursday, December 26th for the Christmas show.
You going to take the kids?
Yeah, probably. I got to give them a call. Sean's coming to that show, I think.
Sean.
Ross Sapp.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, that's Sean. But.
What? It's just you and Sean going?
Can I tell you something?
Yeah, please.
I told you this. Didn't I?
No.
I'm going to show you something.
Okay.
Something I plan on posting.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to have a little fun here. I'm so sorry if this annoys some of you, because I know I'm
classic Matman.
But we're going classic Matman.
Andrew's Secrets, classic Matman.
Andrew's Secrets.
Andrew's Secrets.
Hold on.
It better be good.
Oh, it is good. It is good.
You're keeping me in suspense.
It's really good, actually.
Hold on.
Now,
it's really good.
How did MG get to see this before I did?
I said it to him. Yeah, hold on.
Frau Gonzo, really? You sent it to him before me?
Hold on. I got to find this. Okay, you ready?
Because he pays you. Yeah.
I'm a big
deal.
deal.
Don't say what it is.
Okay. Oh, yeah. No, you told me that.
Okay, good.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So.
Yeah, very
Sorry,
cool.
guys.
That is very
Sorry.
cool.
Next week I'll talk about it.
I totally forgot that you sent that to me.
I promise.
F you, Gonzo.
I'm excited for it.
That's a teaser. That's a teaser for
this is cool. December 26th at the Garden. You got Saturday night's main event.
I don't know if you want to use that guy's picture.
Oh, is he a troubled
I
man?
think so.
Is he a troubled man? Is he?
I think he may have been on the problematic side.
Oh, is that what happened?
I think so.
I don't know anything about this.
I think so, dude.
Well, I may need to.
Yeah.
I think you need to fact. Hey, Jamie, can you look this up? Hold on, Jamie's going to look it up.
Just use this guy. That's even better.
That's even better. All right. Chris Bay, something very serious here. Chris Bay suffered a major injury during the Bound for Glory taping.
Okay.
It wasn't at the pay-per-view, right? It was the following day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it was the next show.
It was on Sunday. It was
on Sunday. Sunday in Detroit. He essentially, his neck, it was a neck injury. Have they said exactly what it was?
They haven't come out and said specifically, but emergency surgery right after that pretty much tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah. He has a GoFundMe. This is a very, very serious injury.
Oh, my God.
He has a GoFundMe. They raised $84,000. Yeah, posted in the chat. He has $84,000 has been raised. Their goal is $100,000. Adam Copeland donated $10,000.
Wow.
Okay. You want to talk about talent taking care of talent? There's a lot of them. There's a lot of anonymous, obviously, but I mean, it's a lot of people have come out to help. Chris Jericho, Cody Rhodes, Matt Hardy, Mercedes.
Very cool.
I mean, this is it's a very serious injury. We want him to recover, but again, you want these guys doing it for $25
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Argue that the ID thing is a bad thing when talent is putting their lives at risk, and they don't have medical, you know, and you gotta do a GoFundMe to raise the money to pay for your bills, especially for something tragic like this.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not getting on the thing about like they need to unionize, nothing like that. Just I'm not getting political with this.
Yeah. No, but yes, wrestlers need to be well taken care of.
Yeah, thank you.
You know, it's not like. What was the original loophole was Terry Funk was in Roadhouse, right?
Yeah.
And then he got Lloyd's of London covering him for insurance.
Yeah.
That was the story, right?
Was that it?
And then I think he convinced Mick Foley to be in a movie and was like, yo, they'll take care of you also. So they had insurance policies.
To get into SAG.
Right.
Yeah.
So they had insurance policies as they were wrestling. Because times were a little different back then.
Yeah, to get into SAG. This is a Zarian blue balling again, shaking my head. Listen, I would love to tell you today, but I need to be 180%. And this show is fun. Yeah. I'm not a reporter. I'm not reporting anything. We're just having fun.
General practitioner and / amateur anesthesiologist.
I am an amateur anesthesiologist. I'm learning in my garage. Has not gone well.
Because you know why? Because you go one for you, one for me.
One for you, one for me. That's not how you're supposed to do it?
Fall asleep.
That's not how it's supposed to happen? Guys, it's okay. I'm a general anesthesiologist.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, we're doing, what are you doing tomorrow for this show coming up?
So,
tomorrow is Crown Jewel.
Tomorrow is Crown Jewel. Yeah. I am not doing anything. Yeah. Are you doing anything?
Yeah, I got a bunch of work to do.
Okay.
If I can get it out of the way today or early tomorrow, maybe I'll show up.
I have a nighttime event.
Like I Dream Regina.
Tomorrow? Like this?
Yeah.
No, you got to do the nose and then...
Yeah.
I have a nighttime event that I am aggressively attempting to get out of.
What is it? Is it a wedding?
It's not a wedding. It's a birthday. But it's a 7:00.
Yeah. Where is it?
Queens, in Middle Village.
Okay.
I can't do it, dude. I'm in bed. Saturday, leisure day.
Yeah. You got a nice bed, too.
I have a beautiful
You
bed.
can, hang out in your bed all day.
I can, yeah. I got a beautiful bed.
When you're not home, I hang out in your bed.
Yeah, Rich is in my bedroom whenever I'm not here.
Lots of beer cans around me.
Crown Jewels tomorrow, 1:00 start time. Crown Jewel Championship, undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes against the World Heavyweight Champion Gunther. Mm-hmm. Crown Jewel Championship again on the line for the women. WWE Women's Champion Nia Jax against the World's Women's Champion Liv Morgan.
Can we go through this?
Yeah, let's do.
Who's going to win?
I think Gunther should win.
I agree with that.
Or Cody wins by some Goldberg shenanigans.
You think Goldberg's going to show up and just be like,
They said they kind of rebutted that he wouldn't be there. I think
I don't
Dave
believe it's
mentioned
so.
that.
I think the Saudis love Goldberg.
They love him.
The Saudi deal.
They think he's made out of gold. That's why.
Yeah, the Saudi deal hinges on Goldberg. I don't know if you guys knew this. The only reason WWE's there is because of Goldberg. That's not true, by the way.
That's all true. Don't listen. Don't listen, Rich. It's all true. They think he's made out of gold. That's why. I think Gunther takes that one.
Gunther should
match,
win it, yeah.
Liv takes it.
Yes. I do think there's going to be a cash-in.
Maybe there is a cash-in. I'd like there to be a cash-in. United States champion LA Knight defends against Andrade and Carmelo Hayes. This will be a great match.
Carmelo Hayes takes it.
You think so? Yeah. I think LA Knight wins.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
WWE Women's Tag Championship on the line. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill defend against Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson, Io Sky, Kairi Sane, and Piper Niven and Chelsea Green.
That's going to be fun. I'm going to give it to Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson.
You think there's some shenanigan and then it's like, are they going to break up, Bianca and Jade?
I like that team. You know what?
Why?
I have a theory.
Which team? Bianca and Jade?
Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson.
Okay.
Right? And again, guys, don't get offended by this. It's just wrestling. I do feel like they were like, hey, I think it looks like we're not getting Mercedes back.
You think that was it?
Let's make a different version of whatever this is. And it's Jakara Jackson. And
I think a lot of that is
she's unbelievable.
Jakara Jackson is fantastic. Yeah. Really good.
What personality?
Really, really good. She does have that Mercedes flair, though.
Right. But obviously, there could be some influence there. She was like the 2 generations before her.
Yeah.
But I think like they're like whatever tweak it is, that's what they're doing. The same thing with like, I think maybe that was preventative for the Ruby Riott stuff where they were like, okay, we have like the punk chick. Rhea Ripley could be a different version.
The goth one?
She could be like the goth chick,
yeah.
right?
I think they did a great job with all of them.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Randy Orton, Kevin Owens.
Randy Orton.
Yeah. Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed.
Oh, dude, Bronson Reed.
I don't know. Is this even going to happen after the injury angle? So maybe that's part of the story here that Seth is banged up and Bronson takes it. Main event, Roman Reigns, Jey Uso, Jimmy Uso, the original bloodline against the new bloodline of Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, Tama, Tonga Loa. Either it's 3-on-3, so one of those.
I'll go with the original bloodline.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to make that crowd go home happy.
Or what? Maybe there's some shenanigans here.
Does somebody else show up?
Maybe someone else shows up. I don't know.
Has The Rock ever been in Saudi?
In real life? I don't know.
Like for WWE?
I don't know. No, never.
No, right? WWE. Do you think that would blow the roof off the place if The Rock shows up at the end?
Yeah.
Or gets involved?
I think he should come out dressed as a Sheik.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Little helicopter
landing, yeah.
Solo helicopter.
NXT's running the ECW Arena. NXT 2300. Here's the lineup. Trick Williams and Bubba Ray Dudley against Ethan Page and Ridge Holland. You got a hardcore match. I just lost my page. Do you have it open?
Trick Williams and Bubba Ray Dudley versus Ethan Page and Ridge Holland.
Okay.
This is NXT 2300 from the ECW Arena.
I just lost my page. Hold on.
Bubba Ray Dudley. How cool is that?
You got Bubba Ray Dudley.
Is this... Should they have called it NXT One Night Stand?
They could have done that too.
Yeah.
But I think it really was like they didn't know how many ECW people they'll get.
Right.
But you look at this and it's all over the place. You got Parker versus Lola Vice with Dawn Marie as a special guest referee.
ECW.
Roxanne Perez, Cora Jade, Fallon Henley, JC Jane, Jasmine Nix. I hate saying these names.
A lot of J names in wrestling.
Oh my God. Jasmine Nix, Jordan Grace, Kalani Jordan.
So many J's.
Zaria.
Zaria.
That's me.
That's you.
That's me. They dropped
It's
the
your
M.
cousin.
Julia and Stephanie Vicaire. Okay.
That's going to be cool.
Cool. Tony D'Angelo will meet with Nunzio.
EC
Dubs. Rob Van Dam is set to do something with Javon Evans and Wesley.
They're going to smoke a big blunt for 2 hours?
I wonder if Heyman shows up.
EC Dubs. Yeah. Oh, that'd be awesome.
They have to. Do you want to run down Dynamite very quickly?
Yes,
and then
listen.
we'll go into notes.
Listen, you mean questions?
Yeah.
Guys, get your questions ready.
questions.
We're gonna run through Dynamite real quick. Get your questions ready. If you have a super chat, we'll answer your question first. If you don't, that's fine. Listen, I love this Dynamite.
I liked most of it. There's a couple things I did not like, but I thought this was a fun show. I like the BCC stuff. I'm really looking forward to see where it goes.
So let's go through it real quick, and then you tell me what you didn't like. Show starts with footage of BCC leaving last week after laying out Chuck Taylor.
They murdered him. Yeah.
They murdered Chuck Taylor. Cassidy comes out, cuts a very good promo.
Yeah.
Out of quote unquote character, saying he's not a promo guy, he doesn't have a catchphrase, all that stuff, and challenging Mox for the title at Full Gear. I really do think they're going to pull the trigger on OC winning that title.
You think so?
I think so.
The whole story here is that, and Mox has been doing the same thing. It's like these people have been here for 5 years. You're no better than you were. Right. That's the story.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's going after younger talent. And he brought it up. Cassidy brought it up in the promo that he surrounds himself with very young, the future of the company. And he has no idea how dangerous they are.
Right.
So, they're telling a story here. I want to see what the end is.
I'm loving it. And you know what? This is good. This is great. Whoever came up with this idea, it's brilliant because you're getting a lot of younger guys involved and it feels like the show is just elevating itself, right?
Yeah.
Adam Cole defeated Buddy Matthews next. The story of Cole being fragile. What'd
you think of this match?
I really enjoyed it. I think Buddy Matthews is probably one of the most underrated performers in AEW. And I kind of wanted him to win.
Yeah, me too. Adam Cole was a color I don't recognize.
Oh, yeah?
He was very jaundicey.
Yeah.
Whatever that color was.
What is that, a spray tan and bad lighting?
I think so, yeah.
Have you done the spray tan?
I don't like spray tans. I've done it. I hate them. I want a real tan. I don't want a spray tan.
You don't want a spray tan?
Nah, I hate spray tans.
Okay.
I just do the real thing. Just go lay in a tanning bed.
Get zapped.
I love it, dude. I fall asleep. It's so good.
What's the limit on that?
12 minutes.
Yeah?
I do 12 minutes in the strongest bed.
You can't do an hour? Or you think that would have you up?
You would die.
Yeah. You just melt?
You just melt.
I've never done
You've never gone tanning?
I've never done
8 to 12 minutes.
Can't
That's
tan,
a normal
dude.
time. Yeah, you would die.
Yeah,
There's no way.
After 1 minute, I'm like,
The heat would get
I'm
to
cooked.
You. And I don't put the fans on.
No.
I just sweat it out.
Wow.
I feel great afterwards. I'm like $1,000,000.
That's like a kind of a schwitz.
It's a schwitz. Yeah, I take a schwitz. Nice. I have to go, actually. I was supposed to go yesterday. I didn't get a chance.
Schwitz?
No.
We should do a Matt Men schwitz party.
I do a schwitz. My shower, it's so big.
Yeah.
I just,
you can do a nice
run,
schwitz.
and I just sit there and I cry on the floor. And some random Russian lady kicks the door up and starts beating me with leaves. I don't know where the hell she comes from.
Listen, Buddy Matthews looks like $1,000,000. I want to see that guy get elevated, like big time.
Yeah.
But I do also like the elevation of Malachi Black. Like him
That's
showing
next
up.
week.
That was really cool.
How they did it?
Where with the handshake, and then all of a sudden, I think that really popped the crowd, and I think it was really good for Malachi Black because he got such a dope reaction.
Yeah.
And that's a good. They could easily make him a monster heel persona.
Malachi?
Yeah. I don't think they should be fed to Adam Cole though.
No, they should not be fed to Adam Cole at all. They just present them really well.
You know who would have been great if for the triple challenge or whatever, if one of the guys was Brian Cage.
Sure.
Because that loss doesn't hurt him.
It doesn't hurt him, and you're building yourself back up on TV.
Yeah.
What did you think of the Kyle Fletcher, Don Callis stuff? Mark Davis showed up.
I loved it.
He got a big pop. Mark Davis.
I loved it. I like the new Kyle Fletcher look. It looks nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, he had to do something.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that they're pushing him. He's a big boy, too.
6'4".
Yeah.
You did not like his big blonde hair.
I did not like his big blonde hair. I'm glad that he cut it.
They call out Will Ospreay. Mark Davis would make his return and question what Kyle is doing. Really cool. Moxley and the rest of the BCC, I guess, or the Death Riders. Very cool stuff. There's so much meat on this. But this, I feel like this kind of fell not flat, but like them trying to kill Yuta.
Yeah.
But then was it a ruse where like they tried to make it seemed like they were going to kill Yuta.
It was a ruse.
Okay.
To sucker him in, and they turned.
And then everybody brawled, and then Darby came down from the rafters, which was awesome.
Yeah, that was cool too.
Very cool stuff. Like, this is what I like. So, like, I really enjoyed the show, and this is what I like about pro wrestling. You know, I like the combustible element of, like, all this stuff.
Well, there was a lot of moving parts here.
Yeah.
And they were telling a lot of stories. Everything was story-based.
Yes.
Every segment had a story, which is a new direction again for this company.
Which I really like, yeah.
Which, you know, it draws people in. You know, you have the Adam Cole story happening, and you're like, okay, what's going on with him? Now he's feuding with Malachi.
Yeah.
He's his own story of his comeback.
Right.
You have the Jon Moxley, Orange Cassidy stuff.
Right.
You still have the BCC stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You have the Will Ospreay, Kyle Fletcher stuff. That's a big story with Don Callis, the Callis family. Then you're back to Jon Moxley again. Great.
And then what I liked about this lead into the next match was Private Party came out as the faces to do the chase to the heels, and then that's when their match started.
Yeah, very quick. Boom, boom, boom.
Very good done. I think this was the best tag match they've ever had on Dynamite.
On TV?
On TV. I think that's one of my favorite. This is one, in 5 years, this may have been the best tag match on Dynamite TV.
It's possible. It was remarkable.
I loved it. Top to bottom, I thought it was awesome. I love the false finishes. I like Zay getting murdered and almost kicking out of the One Wing Angel.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
That popped me big time.
Little teaser for Kenny coming back.
And it seems like I think they're gonna have those titles for a while. I hope so.
I hope so too. I hope they hang on to it. Now, after this, the Young Bucks were in the back shredding all their documents,
which awesome,
like Watergate. So
yeah,
they're off TV. They're gone. And this is the end of this character. Whatever this Young Bucks elite version was, it's gone. It's over. This is most likely going to go to a babyface return, possibly with the BCC. They seem to want to avoid them, which I thought that was interesting, right? That they're like terrified of them. They're like, I'm out of here. Fuck this.
Yeah.
The Learning Tree had a segment on the ramp. Chris Jericho mentioned that Dave Meltzer rated the match with Mark Briscoe 4 stars, which I thought was really funny. There is some talk here about Ring of Honor getting TV. Dave reported in the newsletter.
There we go.
That there are talks for Ring of Honor to be on television to get a TV deal, and it's fairly close.
Yeah.
I will say I know nothing about this.
That would be cool. And like, listen, why?
Now I've been MIA for about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying it's not that Dave is wrong. It's very possible. I reached out to someone at WBD this morning about it, and they didn't know anything about this. So
listen, go back to do what works. When AEW first started, you had Chris Jericho, right? If you want Ring of Honor to make some kind of impact, have Chris Jericho.
Have Chris Jericho.
It works. It works. I know people hate the guy now, but like,
did I hallucinate that Chris Jericho did have the Ring of Honor title prior?
He's had it before.
Yeah,
he's had it. Like
why are people acting like this is the first time he's ever had it?
I think under the circumstances of him beating Mark Briscoe.
Oh, because it was Mark Briscoe he beat. Who did he beat last time? Wasn't it Joe? Who did he beat for that Ring of Honor title?
I'll look it up.
No, Claudio beat Jonathan Gresham.
We'll do some questions about the Ring of Honor stuff too. So, maybe it was Claudio he beat.
Yeah,
maybe.
It was.
Ah, cool. All right. Yeah. So I was headed in the right direction. I know Claudio beat Gresham for that title. That was a banger of a match, and then Jericho beat Claudio at the next one. Right? Yeah. Statlander defeated Camille with Mercedes flipping out on Camille after. Great.
Okay.
I like Mercedes in this role of like the CEO piece of shit boss.
Okay.
Swerve with Prince Nana defeated Shelton Benjamin.
I like this match.
I love Shelton Benjamin.
Shelton's the fucking best. I don't care what anybody says. Don't fucking talk to me. Shelton's the best.
When you look at Shelton, you go, that's a fucking man right there.
I like him. Dude, he's so big.
That's a fucking man.
He's so big.
And him no selling the chops. Like him just being like not happening.
And just doing suplexes. Fucking love it.
What I want to see is... So let's go through this match first. Great match. Swerve takes the win. After the match, Bobby Lashley makes his debut.
Yeah.
Big motherfucker, right? Cool stuff. Great way to end the show. You know what I want to see? This is my dream. I want the BCC versus this version of the Hurt Business.
Okay.
I want Mox and Claudio versus Shelton and Bobby Lashley.
Oh my God, I'm into this.
Right?
I'm into this. This is great.
Just
Here's a
big
relevant
first of all,
question.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's
Can
happening?
we take a minute to pay respects to the security guard who died at the end of Dynamite?
Oh, that
Still got
super
murdered.
kick. Shelton hit him with a super kick. This man went flying.
Right in the neck.
And dude, MVP was throwing those haymakers too. Lashley comes out in a meat suit.
He looked like Morpheus from the Matrix.
He was dressed as Morpheus, but from the Planet of Rocks.
Yeah.
He's just such like a fascinating person to look at.
Yeah.
He has a face of a baby.
And the body of a monster.
And he's so smooth.
Yeah.
Not a follicle on that man.
Yeah. And he's like 58.
No. He's not that old. How old is Bobby?
I want to say, let me guess. I want to say 46.
48.
Shelton's 47. Yeah, he's got, like, again, put all the titles on Shelton. This is Shelton's time, man. Put a belt on him.
You know what I want to see? Shelton and Okada.
Same here.
I want to see that match in the worst way. I want to see.
Same here.
I want to see Bobby Lashley.
IWGP champ.
IWGP. I want to see Bobby Lashley. It can.
My dream is gonna come true.
My
prophecy of Bobby. Imagine Bobby Lashley versus Zack Sabre Jr. for the IWGP belt.
Oh my
and
God.
Bobby Lashley wins. That's your Forbidden Door match right there. It's gonna happen. Manifest.
Dude, you know what I want to see? I want to see Stone Pitbull and Bobby Lashley.
Tomohiro Ishii?
I want to see Ishii and Bobby Lashley.
I'd like to see
and the story is that Bobby can't pick him up because he's made out of stone.
I want to see that, but you know what I want to see? I want to see him throw Ishii into the crowd.
Like picks him up like a boulder?
Just like, boom.
Dude, I'm excited for this. I think, dude, it's cool. You know, we'll see where this goes.
No complaints here of them being former WWE guys.
No. I don't see Shelton like that at all. I think Shelton got a shit end of the stick.
He did, man.
I don't go into, listen, we don't talk about the racial shit ever on the show. It's not the show that we do. There's so many other people that are way better equipped to talk about it. We do dick jokes here. But I will say, if Shelton was not a black man, he would have been very high ranked in that company. I think it was unfortunately the set of circumstances and the time that he came up in that company, because there's no excuse why Shelton Benjamin was not in the fucking mix. And I don't give a shit if you tell me that his promos weren't there. No. Guess what? Chris Benoit, the murderer, couldn't cut a promo.
Let me tell you something. I kind of disagree with you.
Okay, tell me.
As I was explaining this to my wife, we watched the Leo Rush match. We watched the match, the Sammy Guevara, and we watched this one, right?
Yeah.
And I was telling her, I was like, yo, Shelton's the man. And she was like, oh, what's his deal? Like, he looks familiar. And I was like, he had the misfortune of coming up in a class with Batista, Randy Orton,
and that
John
also,
Cena,
you know what? And that's fair
Brock Lesnar. And you know what?
Yeah.
He was the fifth man in that.
Yeah.
Right? And if he wasn't, if those guys weren't there, or if somebody in that thing wasn't there, we would have seen Shelton with a world title.
I think there is a valid point there. 100%. But I think now there's more of a sensitivity of saying, hey, listen, there's a fucking demo that we're not really catering to, and it is a little bit marginalized here. You know, we always spoke about during that SmackDown era, and listen, we'll get serious here, right? Because I think it's fun to have these conversations sometimes. During the SmackDown, and I have like 10 minutes to do the notes. During the SmackDown era, what did we always hear? Well, the Hispanic viewer, the Hispanic viewer, the Hispanic viewer, the Hispanic viewer. You know, a little bit of it is based in this bizarre concept that Hispanic television viewers don't have cable and they have network TV. I mean, remember, you're going back 20 years ago too. Right? But you never had that push for a black audience.
You'd always, and if you notice, they'd always flip-flop the title.
And I'm saying then, not now. Now it's like, I can't look at WWE, and listen, Triple H can say all the dopey things, you know, that he can. Whether or not you think you understand what he was attempting to say or you're offended by it, I don't know. I'm not going to tell you not to be offended. But you look at that company now and you see that roster, and I don't see there being and listen, maybe you do as a black man. I don't see there being a systematic racial discrepancy in who's on the roster. Right? Maybe you could talk about world champions and a higher level, but It's pretty mixed now. Everybody's
It's
something.
a good mix. It's a good mix.
It really is a mix of every possible
good worldwide
audience, right?
Yeah.
And that is strategic.
Mm-hmm.
It may not be because they are the most woke and racially sensitive to these things.
Right.
They are seeing this as a profit.
Yes. They would also, if you look back in the day, they would also flip-flop the title onto a Latino superstar whenever they went to Mexico. It's like when you knew
that was a thing.
When Ray won and when Alberto won,
they were going to Mexico.
They were going to Mexico, and then they drop it the next time they came to the States.
As far as Shelton goes, he was always, and listen, maybe I'm a little biased because he was one of my favorites at that point.
Yeah.
Remarkable worker in a great program, in a great position. They could have done a lot more.
Yeah.
And they didn't.
He looks better than ever now.
He looks better than ever, and I hope that I saw a lot of his shit in Japan, and he was fantastic as Shelton Benjamin X.
Yeah. Shelton X was awesome.
Shelton X was great. So I'm hoping I'm very excited for this. I like everybody involved here. I want to see them do something positive. We'll see what happens.
Again, them versus the BCC.
Oh man, I can't wait.
Who would be the last guy in that group? Hobbs?
I think Hobbs would be a great muscle.
I think Hobbs would fit in, yeah.
Yeah, I think Hobbs would be great. I mean, again, are they doing that? Is that the point of it, that it's all African American, it's in the stable? If that is, I think Hobbs would be great.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're going to go beyond that. We'll see.
Wild. Good stuff.
I like it. Very much like it.
All right, we're going to do some questions,
Let's
guys.
Look at us. We could be serious and have a real modern day conversation here on the show. It's not all dick jokes.
I mean...
Some of it is.
We can do both.
All right.
A lot of it is.
Yeah. Let's go. Come on. Let's pull him up.
Get you a guy who can do it all. This is from Paul Anthony Moss. Thank you for the super chat. With the Hurt Syndicate beating down Swerve, do you think this leads to a tag match at Full Gear? Who would you put with Swerve? Hobbs? I wish Keith Lee was back.
I don't think Keith Lee is back. One day we'll talk about what happened with Keith Lee and Swerve and that whole fucking program.
I got perfect booking for this.
Okay, tell me.
All right. Swerve, they're like, you need a tag partner. Nobody wants to tag with him.
Okay.
He reaches out to Hangman. and he goes, you're the only one as crazy as I am. Can we do this, please?
I love that.
Can we bury the hatchet for one match?
I think that would be great if they just beat the shit out of him for a while.
Yeah.
And this is a desperation thing. Mm-hmm. And even though they hate each other, they're married.
Yeah.
And Hangman sees that as it's Joker and Batman.
Yeah.
You're not gonna fucking kill Batman.
Right.
That's my job.
Right. Exactly.
What a dude. Goosebumps.
Same here. Yeah.
I like that.
Would love it. Like
I'm
you're
into that.
You're the only guy that can help me.
Love that. Paul Anthony Moss, greatest name in the chat.
Yes. This is from Mark B. According to Hulk Hogan, with him selling out MSG with 70K outside single-handedly the other night, is he the biggest draw in the business today?
Do you know what was the most comical part of it?
Yeah.
Of that? Do you know at the end he finished this whole thing, right?
Not being able to get his shirt off completely?
I looked into that. I like how like NCIS would do the zoom in, the enhancement. I enhanced it.
You did some forensic
What
shit?
happened was his cross got stuck and was preventing him from ripping the shirt.
Hey, maybe that tells you something.
But he cut his promo, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. Like he's like done. And he's like, "No, brother, Hogan must pose.
Oh.
It's the fucking Garden."
Oh.
And he fucking did the whole thing. He did the whole thing, and he posed for like a good 5 minutes.
I'm not gonna get political.
And then Dr. Phil came on.
My Dr. Phil impression.
That's a good one. That's a great Dr. Phil. That's all he says.
I'm not gonna get political, but I do think. Listen, correct me if I'm wrong here. But I do think Hogan's still chasing that fucking limelight and pop.
He wants that pop.
Yeah.
He wants that pop. Yeah. He sold out the Garden again for the last time.
Yeah.
Maybe.
This is from Hiron's Gaming. Do we get Hobbs versus Lashley after a year run in the Hurt business?
Dude, I'd love that. I think you got to elevate that guy. Hobbs is great.
The whole cutting the promo saying we're back in business, fantastic.
I'm going to tell you, if Hobbs goes to WWE, they will do a fantastic job with him.
You think so?
I'm almost convinced.
Kills the entirety of the NXT roster.
Something. No, I think main roster, you bring him up there, he's a big muscle, eats everybody alive.
NXT first, man. Hobbs versus Braun Breaker. I want to see
dude,
that.
I want to see that.
Yeah. Hobbs versus Bronson Reed.
I want to see that.
Yeah. Bigs.
Yeah.
Big.
We got to put this one up.
All right.
We got to
put it up.
This is the most important one.
I said this one. We spoke about it, but I have no problem answering. But were you sleeping when I discussed it?
MG, that's
no, I didn't. But I figure we would hit it a little harder.
Do you know what he told me? You know, he makes hot sauce. MG,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
From
his armpit.
He touched his pee-pee with his hot sauce hands, and that's why he wasn't responding to anything yesterday. He told me that right before we started the show. I'm not even joking.
That's not what I said, but okay.
That's not exactly a good feeling. I've done that, and it's not the best.
That is scary.
And one day...
That's a scary feeling.
One day,
it's not for your pleasure.
No, one day I did... It was a 2-hit combo of eyes. I rubbed my eyes, and then I went to tinkle, and then all of a sudden it was like,
everything is burning.
This is hell. This is habanero hell right now.
Observer newsletters reporting ROH is getting a TV deal. Do you know? I don't know anything about it, but I've been MIA for 2 weeks with this stuff, so I haven't spoken to anybody. I reached out to somebody this morning about it, and they said they don't know anything about it. Not that it's not possible, but on the WBD side, they didn't know anything. So maybe this is not a WBD thing. Maybe this is a Fox thing.
Yeah. This is from Cadillac Carson.
Yeah.
If the Bucks are going babyface, what do you think with Kenny Omega, who they killed earlier in the year? When he returns, shouldn't he be feuding with the Bucks? I don't think the Bucks are going babyface. I think they're going extra cowardly heels.
I know that they're definitely gonna do Okada and Kenny when Kenny comes back.
Yeah.
They want it. I think they're realizing like everybody's banged up. We can't wait more.
Yeah.
We need to do this. So I think that's gonna be a story. Whether the Bucks come back for that or not, I don't know. And also, where does this leave Okada? Because that was his crew.
Yeah. Maybe he finds another crew. I like him coming out and being a piece of shit.
I want him being in the Dark Order. I think he needs to adopt those dummies.
This is from Mark B.
Yeah.
Question: if we get 4 Continental Classic brackets this year, who are the 4 guys you want in the semifinals? Then who wins in the end?
Okada, Kenny,
Hangman,
and Jay White.
Okada, Kenny, Hangman, Jay White. I'd say Okada, Kenny, Hangman, and Swerve.
Okay.
Yeah, I still can't get enough of the Hangman Swerve stuff. Like,
I know, so good.
One of the best things in wrestling. Let's see. Hobbs versus Obafemi. Let's go.
Oh, let's go.
Would love that. And with the Bucks working from home, how do you think they start booking Okada?
Have him be the fucking.
Oh yeah, Okada joins the Hurt Business.
Yo, he should come out and call himself the best bout machine.
Yes,
because he keeps dominating everybody. And then you built to Kenny coming back, and now there's a real program there.
Yeah,
fucking love it. Or Ibushi comes back.
Oh yeah,
and he gets fucking murdered by Okada.
I would love to see that too. Yeah,
and they like stretcher him out, and here's Kenny, and Kenny's not ready. He's not ready yet to come back, but he has to defend his friend.
I like that too.
Just fantasy booking. I no clue what they're gonna do.
This may be the most excited I've been for AEW in quite some time.
Yeah, this is a fun period. Yeah,
I'm always excited.
You got everybody coming back.
You know. Brian Knight, which indie wrestler would you like to see get a WWE ID deal? Speedball Mike Bailey. He's not signed anywhere, right?
He's with TNA, but I mean, he would be great there. I don't know. Yeah. There's a lot of younger talent out there. I can't.
Joe Hendry.
No, but he's already established. Yeah. Like this is more for
the first
unknowns.
Guy.
Like this ID thing is for unknowns. Like, what was the one from last year? A-Kid. Remember A-Kid?
Yeah.
Right? He would have been a good example of somebody that is young, or like Darby a couple years ago, or like a Sammy Guevara 6 years ago, 7 years ago. You see a talent on the indies that is not really on that, Northeast or the Seattle indie scene. They're not with the Phi. They're not doing that whole thing.
No.
You find a guy somewhere and you say, okay, great. What can we do with him? You sign him. You know who would have been great? Bronson Bear Bronson. Bear Bronson. Let's throw his name out there.
Amazing Red would have been fantastic.
He was in New York. He was a New York independent wrestler from Long Island.
Yeah.
WWE sees him. They give him a couple bucks. He has better gear.
Yeah.
Someone like that.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily for like the knowns.
Yeah.
This is for the unknowns.
The prospects.
Yeah.
How about the Subway Mania guys? They wrestle and would benefit with the WWE ID. I'd love it if they just went on the train and gave these guys the ideas.
An ID deal.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
I also would love to be on the subway one day and see.
And they just do it.
Yeah,
I don't.
No,
I get enough of that on the fucking subway.
you don't. You don't want to get suplexed on the subway.
I don't.
train?
No, thank you.
Is it this is from Mark B? Is it possible that AEW Shockwave is a rebranding of Ring of Honor?
I've always said that it should be.
Interesting.
They should be doing a rebranding of Ring of Honor. AEW Shockwave presents Ring of Honor. I don't know.
Okay.
Or you still do Ring of Honor TV, but Shockwave is the show with all the Ring of Honor talent.
How? Okay. Here's a question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to phrase this as best as I can. Do you think the Ring of Honor name has longevity without it being changed soon?
No.
You know,
It doesn't mean anything other than the 20 or 30,000 people that really are Ring of Honor fans.
So if they rebranded Ring of Honor as Shockwave, and you're like, this is the AEW Shockwave Championship.
I think you could still call it the Ring of Honor
Yeah?
title. Yeah, I think you could do something.
So
I don't know.
that name's going to be here to stay.
Tony loves it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
As long as Tony wants to keep the name.
Let's see.
Let's do two more, and we got to get out of here.
Another one from Paul. On Collision, it looked like they were showing Johnny TV watching M&M Collective.
MXM?
Do you like that team up if it happens? Johnny needs something like this.
No, I don't like that.
Me neither.
I think you need to keep that team between the two of them.
You played yourself, says Rich. I know the ref. He's my brother. Let me know if you want to meet them.
Who's the ref?
We should.
Which ref?
For the Subway guys.
Oh!
Get them all into the studio. They're all New York guys. Have them all come to the studio and just like bullshit with us. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, put us in touch with them, man. Let's see. Last night's Ring of Honor featured a lot more stories than usual. Do you expect that to be the norm if they're moving to TV? And do the current creative team have enough time to reasonably book 2 shows?
You expect that? Yeah, it would have to be the norm if they move to TV. It can't just be nothing matches. Yeah. They got to tell some sort of story. So they're preparing for this. I don't know. I don't know where as of right now. Maybe I'll find out, but I have not heard a thing.
Okay.
Let's do one more.
Brian Knight, favorite and worst Halloween candy.
Oh yeah. My favorite is
when I was a kid, I used to love Chunky.
Chunky.
Remember Chunky?
No.
It was like a 4-piece chocolate and raisin and nut candy.
I love a Kit Kat.
It was awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love a Kit Kat.
Also Charleston cheese.
The best Halloween candy that I ever got was little containers of Nutella.
Oh yeah.
I got that one.
Least favorite? Black licorice.
Ugh. Disgusting.
Yeah. I'm gonna say candy corn too. Like I'll throw candy corn in there.
Dots.
Yeah, dots like
whack.
Anything like nerds. I never liked nerds.
Don't like nerds.
Yeah.
Nerds ropes, okay. Nerds, not so much.
You know what I used to love too? Not fruit by the foot. The 6-foot thing of bubble gum.
Oh, the bubble tape bubble gum?
Yeah, the bubble tape. Oh, I used to love bubble tape.
6 feet of bubble gum for you, not them.
Yeah. Are we done?
Yeah, we're done.
All right, we're done.
All right, guys. Thank you for everything. Love each and every one of you. We'll see you all next week. Bye-bye for now.